This video and my 2024 race season have been brought to you in part by EcopowerRC and Vision Racing Products. Links down below. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the third and final video of the NB48 2.0 and the Reds 521 Sport. If you're new here, my name is Bob with Gains RC, and my channel is primarily focused on RC racing, wrenching, and just having fun with RC in general. So I do ask that if you're new here and you get anything out of the content, please make sure you hit that like button and hit subscribe to make it easier to find your way back. I do apologize for the lack of 8-scale content. It is extremely hot here in Florida and we've had a crazy amount of rain. Makes it very difficult for the tracks to maintain those tracks and to be able to actually have or execute a full day of racing. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, we are at SS Hobbies and Raceway, and luckily they had some parts for the NB48, which I gotta make sure that we're clear here. Last race that I went to, I wrecked the clutch bell housing and the spur gear, as you can see now that I've got it out. See how bad it's chewed up here. I may just take some pictures of it and throw it up, but I need to get that replaced. And then we've got the cleaned up reds from the video, and I put the 14 tooth on there. So we're going to use today is a little bit of a test and tune opportunity. Engine is shimmed at I believe 6.2 or 6.3 from the last video. And we're going to drop down to 25% nitro and see what our temps are coming off after 5 minutes. Hopefully you guys can see this. All I'm going to do is run a quick swap. Okay. I don't have my bearing puller. There it goes.
Glad to see Kermit around.
Huh?
Glad to see Kermit backing around. Ain't seen him in a while. Besides a few times.
Why in the f would you tell me that that's compatible?
That ain't compatible. It is if you get a different bearing, I bet you.
So once again, at the track in a hurry, I read that it was compatible. However, I missed the note that said that I had to purchase this and this in order to make it compatible. We're going to put this back together, and then I'm going to contemplate actually running it with this on here. We'll go from there. Got it all buttoned up, back together. Reds is back in, it's preheated. And we're going to try and go and get it tuned on the track. Got it quite fat right now on purpose, so we'll see. All right, here we go. I do have it set really fat right now on purpose. I have a feeling that it's gonna lean out here in just a minute. Got a lot more down low power, and I'm running a 14 tooth pinion. Let's see if he figures it out. Nope. Well,
You got it.
that's the fumble test right there if it stays running.
Yep.
There we go.
You got it.
How about that? How's that for tuning? Other way. That's fatter, leaner. So now you need to go lean 2 hours. So at this point, the car looks good, it feels good, it sounds right. So I go ahead and put it up and run my normal 10th scale race. So I pack everything up, get back home, and do the inspection. And this is when I notice that the brand new 14-tooth clutch bell is completely chewed up. Bearings look perfectly fine. However, I noticed that the differential assembly now has the 2 strip screws. So in my head, I'm thinking that the spur is pulling away, and this is what's causing the stripping. Long story short, I purchased the entire 2.1 diff assembly and a brand new 13-tooth clutch bell. So we are now on the 3rd one. Get everything installed, snugged up, tightened up, and take it out for a couple of test spins. Everything's good. I also purchased a couple of extra things like a new body that actually fits the Techno. And that brings us to current day. Put my typical pink paint job on it. And here we are back at SS Hobbies and Raceway, except for this time we're gonna race with the e-buggies. Lean it out a little more. A little bit more on the top.
Wait. Come on, James.
Let's get it hot this round. Go ahead.
Drivers ready? On the tone.
I've almost got it. Still fat on top, Bubba. Whew. Yeah, I just got to carry a little more speed. Get it! Ah! Moving on to the A main, and then we're going to have a little bit of bench talk and wrap this whole thing up. Got a double idle now. Bottom end's too fat.
And, well, we got you in the middle. Alright, turn marshal. Logan, look at you. Drivers ready in the middle of the track like that. On the tone.
Let's go. Go, 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 go. Alright, time to calm it down and start running some laps here. Too fucking fat at the bottom, Derek, that's why.
John's up in the number 1 spot, Matt's in that 2, Ryan in 3, Mike Robertson in that 4, Mike Marino 5, Taylor 6, Elisa 7.
This is all kinds of shady.
John's in that number 1 spot. John's in that number 1 spot. Straight away, guys.
Straight away!
Straight away. John in that 1, Matt 2, Ron 3, Mike Robinson 4, Robertson. Mike Marino 5.
I heard it same time you did.
Bearings in your belt. Seem like it still has some power?
It's still got a ton of power. It doesn't even want to shut off. I could hear it. I could feel it. Everything.
Make sure at low point.
2 minutes left. John.
Thank you.
Matt,
Thank you for your help.
Ronnie,
Max, you had to give it away, didn't you?
7 years.
Same thing that's been happening. This is the 3rd clutch bell I've been through on race day.
Really?
Look at the teeth on it. Everything. I bought everything brand new this time. I replaced all of this. This whole assembly, the diff, updated it to the 2.1. Brand new clutch bell, brand new everything, and it just stripped it.
Is your motor moving around? Your
No, it's not. It's what I was checking before. I'm like, oh, I'm glad I kind of caught that because it looked and felt a little loose. So I tightened it back up and redid the gap and everything. It was good when I started. Just don't get it. This is the third time it's done it.
Yeah.
Third time. Yeah.
When we were out there.
Yeah, you were there. And I've lost 2 of them here. Well, you saw it happen in real time. I don't know what to do here. We'll have to check it out when we get home and see what's causing it. But I mean, I've replaced everything in. I replaced everything in there, all of it. Alright guys, we are back at the bench and we are going to take a quick peek at what happened. I'm pretty sure that I know I left a hint in the video just a few minutes ago. This whole time I've been fighting something that I'm pretty sure has been a problem since the beginning of me using this chassis, because it's only been happening with this chassis. And I want to take a second to say a special thank you to one of my subscribers that has been following along and saw some of the troubles that I was going through with it and made the simple recommendation that got everything to click inside my head, and I figured out what, when, and where all of this started from and why I haven't been able to fix it. That subscriber is going to be at CBH148, and his comment was, at Gaines RC, something I learned from JQ a while back. He said to always put the engine on the mounts with the screws loose, then put the flywheel in the direction, then push the flywheel in the direction away from the center diff before tightening the engine to mount screws down. That way, if there ever were to be some movement, it can't open up the mesh much more. And that's when it all hit me. So I just wanted to say a special thank you again to at CBH148. Thank you so much for making that comment, because here's where the issue is. When I moved everything over, I replaced all of these screws and reset this gap on everything. And when I did that, I forgot to actually push these mounts down here, the very bottom ones. Let's see if I can get it in there. These ones down here that way. And so what's been happening is I've been tightening these screws for the motor mount down as tight as I can, but when everything gets hot, it's stretching out and loosening up. And I almost guarantee you can see it. No, maybe not. The lighting is probably garbage. Okay. You can see that that motor has shifted by looking right at this bracket right here. And so basically what's happening is, no matter how perfect it is before a race, no matter where I have everything set on the mesh, all it takes is a couple hard landings or a rollover like I did when I hit the pit lane, and it shifted the whole motor out and away. You know, right now this is nice and tight and it can't move, but when this engine gets hot and these screws expand, all of that and all the vibration is going to loosen up and allow this motor to shift this way, and this is exactly what's been happening. Hopefully this will take care of the cost of the expensive clutch bell situation that I've been dealing with. If I go through and do this and it still is happening, then this guy is going to get put on the shelf for a while. Something else that I did not talk about throughout this series was setup, and that was pretty simple. For my setup, all I did was add, I don't know if you can see that brass weight in there. Can't remember the actual grams on it, but I added, I want to say that it's a 30 gram weight, and left everything else box stock, except, nope, the rear pills are box stock. I left everything box stock except for the ride height. The setup seemed pretty comfortable, and everything did what it was supposed to, and that's pretty typical for techno and my driving style. So most of the techno rides, I'm pretty close to box stock on all of them. We will get this back out on the track. However, I am going to end this series right here with this video. But you definitely will see this back on the channel again. This one and the truggy up there. There are no grooves in here, so everything has to be at an angle, and I understand that there are specific drivers that are made to do that. However, if you would put grooves in your head, if you would cut them in there, then you wouldn't have this problem. Yeah, look at all the shavings in there. God, I feel so stupid. I mean, easy enough mistake to make, but I was smart enough to do it on the other two cars and just totally spaced out on this one. That out of there. And so yeah, there is no bearing issue here at all. I can get this off without pliers. Yep. she gone. I could probably remesh that super tight, but I'm not gonna mess with that. It's another one for the graveyard. And here's where we're at with our clutch shoes. I don't think I'll be able to move them without a blade. These bad boys are in here tight. Get that off there. Yep, that one's free. That one's free. That one's free. And that one is free. And I'm on the medium grip setting. But we still got plenty of, we're a little over 4 gallons and we got plenty of compression in here. Doesn't want to turn over. That's gonna be it for this one. We'll get a new clutch bell on there and get everything put back together. Get the mesh set properly. Not that it wasn't set properly, but we'll get it so that it can't pull away no matter what. I'll get some new screws in here. Yeah, so anytime you guys see something that you think might help, get down there in the comments, man. I'm not perfect by any means. I'm no pro, I'm not perfect. As long as you're commenting in a positive manner and not being nasty and rude, then you'll notice I don't delete anybody's comments. For the most part, everybody's been pretty awesome. And I really appreciate that. Not only just awesome, but real supportive, real helpful. And you know, that's supposed to be what it's about, is helping others and all of us, you know, having better success together by helping each other. So that's how I'm gonna wrap this one up. I will see you guys in the next one. When that next one is, I don't have an answer, guys. Like I said earlier, it's been raining a lot here in Florida, so outdoor racing is just been real tough. It's been sparse, and you know, I'm not gonna drive I'm not gonna drive 2.5 hours one way to get to a race to not finish the day. You know, that's a 5-hour drive total for the day. That cost me a good chunk of money, and I'm just not going to do that. So for now, usually in the summertime, I'm looking at doing a little more 10 scale racing. So, but do stick around. We do have FRCC 10 scale coming up and FRCC 8 scale to finish off the year. Other than that, I will see you in the next one.